When Mueller turned in that 2-volume report to the Justice Department in 2019, he said, basically, there's this longstanding written Justice Department policy that says we're not supposed to bring charges against a sitting president, so we're not going to bring charges against this sitting president, but we have nevertheless done this investigation. We've collected all the facts. We've preserved the evidentiary record. So if charges are warranted here because of Trump's behavior, those criminal charges can be brought against him once he is no longer president, once he is no longer protected by that Justice Department rule that says you can't be criminally charged while you're serving as president of the United States. Mueller turned his report in to this guy, to Trump Attorney General William Barr. That's who received the report from Mueller. And right after he got the report, you might remember, William Barr released a statement about it. Barr said specifically that he was disregarding the Justice Department policy that said a sitting president can't be charged with crimes. He said, I'm not paying attention to that. He said, regardless of that policy, just ignore that policy. Regardless of that rule, I, William Barr, have reviewed all of the evidence, and I have determined that no way should Trump face any charges. Not just because he's president, not just because of this rule that says no charges can be brought against a president, but regardless of that, Trump shouldn't face any charges because my William Barr review of the evidence in this report indicates that Trump committed no crimes. Barr tells the Congress, he tells the public, I can tell, I checked it out, I looked at all the evidence, I say, as Attorney General, and the Justice Department backs me up on this, this is the professional view of the U.S. Justice Department, Trump did no crimes. And that's how the whole Mueller report thing ended, right? I mean, it's over. That's how Bill Barr broke the neck of the Mueller investigation in 2019. That's why even after Trump left office, and he was just an ex-president, and therefore he's no longer protected by that Justice Department policy that says you can't charge a sitting president, that's why there was no clamor to charge him then with any of the gazillion instances of alleged obstruction of justice that were described in great detail in Mueller's report. It's because Barr said, he signed his name to it. He said, we looked at everything here. Regardless of that rule that says you can't charge him, Trump definitely committed no crimes. He should not be charged. Barr's letter said, quote, the evidence developed during the special counsel's investigation is not sufficient to establish that the president committed an obstruction of justice offense. Our determination was made without regard to and is not based on the constitutional considerations that surround the indictment and criminal prosecution of a sitting president. That's what Barr did. That's what Barr said. Turns out that was a lie. At least a federal appeals court in Washington has just ruled that that was a lie. According to a unanimous ruling from the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals, a 3-judge panel, when Robert Mueller turned in his report to the Justice Department, Attorney General Bill Barr and the Justice Department never actually considered at all whether or not Trump committed crimes or whether Trump should be charged. They literally never even looked at that possibility, despite what they said they were doing publicly. Barr lied, according to the appeals court, and told Congress and the public that the Justice Department did consider that. And after that careful consideration, they definitely concluded Trump committed no crimes and shouldn't be charged. But the appeals court says that Barr lied about it. This is from a, again, unanimous 3-judge ruling from the Federal Appeals Court in Washington, D.C. Quote, the department's submissions indicated that the memorandum conveyed advice about whether to charge President Trump with a crime. But the court's in-camera review of that memorandum revealed that the department, in fact, never considered bringing a charge. DOJ never, in fact, considered bringing any charges against Trump. They never even looked at it. We find out now. 3 years after the Mueller report came out, 5 years after most of the potentially criminal activity described in exquisite detail in that report, they said at the time they considered charges against him and no charges were warranted, but they never actually considered charges against him at all. They never once looked at it. So, that happened. Okay. Apparently we just move on. Apparently we just move on because, crimes in high places don't matter much, right? And, you know, if you're fully cognizant of the fact that you've gotten away with a bunch of crimes without facing any charges or any consequences for those crimes, probably that has a really cautionary effect on you. So you never try any other potential crimes again, right? I'm sure that's how it works. You think, whoo, close call. I better shape up. I'm sure that's how it works.